I'll propose a motion to deny. After conducting a duly noticed hearing in consideration of the applicant's materials, testimony, and evidence of the approval criteria of the LDO as it existed at the time of the application for variance, I move that we deny the buffer variance request because the applicant has not met its burden to document practical difficulty or unnecessary hardship and has not met the approval criteria specifically. The approval criteria has not been met based upon the following findings. The applicant has not shown that the basic project purpose cannot be accomplished in a manner which will minimize disturbance and protect water quality. The proposed use cannot be reduced in size or density or redesigned. Impacts to the buffer are minimized, and compensatory mitigation has been provided. Specific findings include the applicant proposes eliminating all zones of buffer in certain areas and impacting a total of 195,508 square feet of buffer overall, approximately 4.5 acres, and has not shown an attempt to minimize the impact. The applicant states that the need for the variance is driven by collector streets and design standard requirements. However, there is an opportunity to modify the collector street requirements, which has not been pursued, and the applicant has not established which design standards are causing the need for encroachment. A buffer reduction is not appropriate until the measures have been taken, including any modifications to street requirements. The applicant states that the buffer elimination reduction is required to meet higher density development and the required design criteria. However, there is no specific density of development that must be met by the applicant's development, and staff has developed concept plans that protect the buffer to a greater extent and meet these goals. Applicant has presented evidence that it has obtained federal and state permits to impact streams. However, the permits do not address the concerns protected by the town LDO. The adopted AACCP shows significant buffer preservation and a concept that includes considerable preservation of buffer, taking into account the road connections, and there is evidence that alternative designs were examined and do exist. Applicant is not proposing meeting the requirements of the LDO. The mitigation areas identified by the applicant are areas that would be preserved in any event. The nitrogen reduction proposed by the applicant is a requirement under the other sections of the LDO as indicated in the staff presentation. The requested variance is not consistent with the spirit, purpose, and intent of the LDO because it does not protect riparian buffers, an important resource to Cary. Further, it will not promote an appropriate balance between the built environment and the preservation of open space and natural environmental resources, nor will it protect the high-quality appearance, identity, and character of Cary. The requested variance is not consistent with the design guidelines because the applicant was involved in the AACCP approval process and was aware of the buffer requirements. Applicant discusses poor soils, but offers no evidence that the poor soils caused the need for the buffer encroachment.